Getting set for the opening tip-off between Central Dauphin and Central Dauphin East. Greg Mace together with Charlie Fortney here at Central Dauphin East. The CD East girls were a winner in that opening game, and now the boys, the Central Dauphin boys, led by Devin Thomas, averaging nearly 23 points a game. One of the top scorers in this area. In fact, he is leading all the boys in this area with a 22.7 points a game. Right up there with the A.J. Dean. Eric Scott, the top scorers for Central Dauphin East, will watch him at 11 points a game. Bruce Live, the long-time, not the long-time coach, but a long-time high school coach, over 600 wins, and you'll see him tonight. Jake Crozier is the head coach for Central Dauphin in his third year. We mentioned the CD boys. They are 8-1. Their only loss so far this year is to Bishop McDevitt, and Bishop McDevitt and Jeff Hogue off to a terrific start. They are 7-1 atop the Mid-Penn Commonwealth Conference, but already Central Dauphin has beaten Susquehannock, Big Spring, Chambersburg, Whitehall, Steel High, Waynesboro, Columbia, Garden Spot, and tonight they have CD East. CD East coming in 1-2 in the conference, 3-5. Bruce has said they've been rather inconsistent this year. They've had a couple of injuries, Charlie, and that certainly hurt the Panthers.
Well, Bruce has always, Bruce Live has always done a great job with these guys. They've overachieved under him at times. And he's going to make this team as competitive as possible. With Devin Thomas being out tonight due to, I guess, a double flagrant technical foul the other night, it's questionable by some whether he should have been out of the game. Definitely questionable by Coach Crozier, sticking up for his aggressive young athlete. This should be a competitive game tonight, and East has a shot. But definitely East has had their challenges for sure.
Well, Central Dauphin and a school I think at times certainly known somewhat more for football is off to a great start at 8-1. Their only loss is to McDevitt.
Absolutely. I mean, Devin Thomas averaging over 20 a game. He's the true power forward in this area. Very impressed with his tenaciousness. We saw last year on high school basketball, the top rivalries, that he was up and coming. His best basketball continually is ahead of him. And they'll get him back for the game later in the week, and look for Central Dauphin to possibly compete to win this division this year.
Well, and this is an interesting Commonwealth this year because Harrisburg, your alma mater gave them a hard time last night. Your old team, Steel High, was up at the end of the first quarter, wound up losing by a bunch, but they hung with them for a while. But this is, and we talked about McDevitt, and I talked about Jeff Hoke getting McDevitt rolling. I mean, when was the last time McDevitt was at the top of the conference, huh?
Well, and that's another part of, I mean, Aaron Devan, who was a CD's Panther last year, who Coach Live was hoping to have this year, but naturally Aaron Devan's family, when choosing to go from home school to school, McDevitt has always been their choice. Having been alumni, the parents of McDevitt as well. So Aaron Devan naturally is a tremendous player. He's the catalyst for McDevitt, and also Coach Hoke has had a second year or two, third year to get his program rolling. So they're experiencing the fruit of all that.
There are two levels at this gymnasium here at Central Dauphin East, and both of them are almost full, which is really neat to see because there's a lot of, as we talked about, great rivalries, and we talked about the girls playing each other. I'm sure that's the case with the boys as well.
Well, and it makes hanging that big banner more worth it there, Greg, so the folks at every level can see that thing.
Well, now you're in for quite a treat. This is junior from Central Dauphin East, Joy Christian, who got a shot and a look from American Idol, and she will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Central Dauphin East Junior, Joy Christian. Wow.
I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm a basketball analyst. That was pretty good.
Wow. Well, she got a lot of build-up before this, and boy, she lived up to everything. Well, here we go. Central Dauphin East, couple of longtime rivals. CD East with a home court advantage. Central Dauphin with the better record of the two coming into this game, and we'll see if the Panthers can upset the CD Rams. Same color as the girls' game. CD in their road green, East in the home white.
Well, we talked about players for the girls' broadcast that are friends and they know each other, and these are a bunch of guys that compete against each other on the same teams in AAU basketball, and they also participate at the local Friendship Center. So definitely a similar situation in this game.
Schnarr's got the rebound, and we will jump it up or a foul.
Greg, I had a good chance to talk to Schnarr's father before the game. He's filling in for Devin Thomas. Big shoes tonight here, but I'll tell you what, Schnarr's being one of those standouts on the football team and tough-nosed kid. If anyone's going to be able to hold his own down there against Air Scott, it's going to be Schnarr's.
Tony McCraw. Eddie Cowan's working the point. Cowan for three. Big rebound. Go low, quick turnaround, and a whistle and a foul.
Well, CD may be losing 20-plus games from Devin Thomas, but they have definitely enough talent to win this basketball game. This team has done well. They lost in the Summer League Championship at Smallwood against a tough Trinity basketball team. They started out 7-1. This is a talented ball club. A bunch of kids that have been playing together for a long time. A lot of confidence on this team.
Issa got the roll. First one goes around and out and in. The second one goes directly in. 2-0 Rams.
I'm surprised Coach Crocher's actually still sitting over there. He's holding himself down. He usually gets fired up pretty early in these games.
I talked to him about 10 minutes ago. He seemed rather relaxed, relatively speaking, for a basketball coach. Rounded out. Rebound for Dickens.
Well, and Dickens is that guy to pressure release for Air Scott, so Air Scott can be freed up to put a little more points on the board. So they're going to need a big game from Dickens, especially with Thomas out, to take advantage of, maybe give him a little advantage inside around the basket.
Like the foul goes against Brandon Lavia. We've called his name out many times in football. Two. Played a minute and a half first quarter. McCraw. Scott. Reggie Dudley. Cowan got the step, goes baseline. Scott for two.
And for East to do well, Eddie Cowan has to score tonight and set up his teammates to score through penetration. We saw him as a freshman last year come out, have his coming out party against a Division I player, Desi Washington, as he led East last year to a 9-point win. This is a talented young point guard in Eddie Cowan, number 5.
And a hold underneath.
Well, referees are going to call that every time. If you're trying to play that post position from behind and the player gets shoved, you're going to get it. You got to either come get in front or get that angle.
We did have the game here last year. It was a great game taken by East.
In fact, we were on the baseline, Greg. We have nicer seats this time.
You got us courtside. You got us the front row this time.
I
Nice
had to pull all my strings on that one.
That's good work. 4-2. East with the lead, Rams with the basketball. One low, little reverse, comes back out to Schnars. The board comes to McCraw. 3 minutes gone by, first quarter. Dickens taking it back out to Dudley.
CD playing a soft man, which means pressure on the ball, and it looks like a zone away from the ball, which is pretty smart. Takes away a lot of the risk on penetration. That's the best game plan for CD, with East having a little more quickness overall. Try to take advantage of and make CD make some outside shots here.
Scott tried to take the shot in the lane. And a foul.
And here's the.
East got a piece of him.
And again, lefties are tougher to guard. Or not, maybe he isn't a lefty. He was going left. But his versatility, I mean, not only on the football field, Greg, geez, what an athlete. I mean, his arms have gotten a lot bigger since last year when we did this game. This kid is certainly developing, and I believe only a junior at this point.
That's his third point of the game.
6'2", 195, put together well.
Rebound, Swiger. Up to Cowan. Four minutes gone by. First quarter. And we got a whistle and a foul. I'm going to check out our keys to the game here in a second, Charlie. East with the early 5-2 advantage.
Well, and for Central Dauphin, they need to shoot the ball well, rebound well as a team, especially with Devin out. Be consistent defensively. East needs to be patient on offense. Get a big game from Eddie Cowan and Eric Scott, and then use this home court crowd like the girls did.
Our Penn National keys to the game, John Schnars with a driving down the key, missed. And here comes East. Cowan, stolen away. Rams 2-on-2, the drive by Laird.
Well, and Nick's a tough kid. We're going to see a little bit from his brother, younger brother, who's also a varsity player, getting some time this year a little later. But again, this is another one of those tough-nosed kids from CD. These kids, like I said, these guys have been playing together for a long time, and they're looking to capitalize on it this season.
Laird hits his free throw.
Coach Bruce over there doing what he does best, trying to train his young guards. I just watched John Breeden play for Siena the other day. I mean, one of Bruce Lives' proteges there. So if anybody knows how to train a young guard, it's Bruce, and Eddie's getting some valuable instruction right there. One thing about Coach Live is he won't let you do your own thing. He's gonna rein you in quickly, because he's going to be in control of his ball club on the offensive side of the ball for sure.
McCraw will kick it back out. Dudley works into the baseline. At the Swiger for three. Good offensive rebound by Wilson. Skying the rebound, doesn't go. One more time, and it does for Reggie Dudley. Down court, Schnars lays it home. First field goal for CD. They went 1 for 6 now. They finally hit from somewhere other than the line. 7-6 the East lead.
Well, and that was smart by CD to transition quickly, not allowing East to get into any kind of momentum or transition. We got a ball game here, Greg. We got something exciting developing here.
Swiger faked it, didn't take it, got it to McCraw. And a foul. It's Nick Laird.
Foul 12, Nick Laird, that's his first team third. Tony McCraw goes to the line shooting 2.
And that's the consistency that CD needs to have defensively. When you reach in, you're basically saying, I'm tired of moving my feet. Fouling negates hustle is what every basketball camp I've ever gone to that's been worth a penny will teach you. And here's the young Laird who comes in, providing some ball handling for CD, number 40. But yeah, East wants to penetrate. CD needs to play more that help man that they started out playing in the beginning of the game. They're getting a little lazy on that. Coach Crozier's not going to like that if they continue that.
Down court, the quick play by Rivera, couldn't get it to go, still loose on the floor, and we got a foul. It is not a jump, it is a foul.
Oh, good job. Good job by Nick Seefeld to recognize his team. Second time in a row they caught East sleeping on the transition.
Rams down 2. Wouldn't fall for Seefeld. Chris Swiker got the rebound. Scott.
Greg, how good was Zayd Azea on the football field this past year, sophomore? I mean, geez, we're looking at a basketball uniform. It's just a bonus. This kid's, he's inking a scholarship somewhere. As long as he has grades and all that good stuff, this kid's going to be playing for a major college football team.
I called his name a lot out on Friday Night Football this year. Greg Mace, Charlie Fortney, glad you're with us here. Our game 2 of our doubleheader here on ABC 27. Central Dauphin East, CD basketball, 3, rolls in.
Well, that's a shooter's touch, and kudos to John Schnars for getting a rebound, filling in for his buddy Devin Thomas, and kicking it back out and getting an assist out of it. It's a rebound and assist in one play.
Seefeld has the 3, and he's got the basketball, and his team has a 1-point lead under a minute left first quarter. Kick it inside, Rivera. And it goes, fouled, and it counts. Well, quick little shift of momentum here, Central Dauphin. The nice run.
Well, they're doing a good job of pushing it down court. It's kind of an interesting tactic. A little bit of a soft man on one end of the ball, but pushing it on the offensive end and pounding it inside.
Seal Johnson comes into the East lineup. He's number 21. And the Panthers down 4, work it up with under a minute left. Eddie Cowan. Stolen away, Schnars. High off the glass, missed. Coming down with it is Rivera, and they'll jump it up. Central Dauphin has the possession arrow. Schnars had a clean shot but got fouled on the way up by Schweiger.
East has to do a better job in these substitutions to recognize who they're guarding or seemingly not finding people in these transitions.
Schnars has 3. And the Rams lead is 5. And the Rams lead is 6.
Oh, those shots look good. John's come ready to play tonight. You can tell he's stepping up in this assignment.
They are 7 of 7 from the line in the first quarter. And that right now is the difference in the ball game. Johnson. Scott from way outside, didn't hit the rim.
Going a little too early in the clock. It's going to give CD a shot here. Well, they took the long road home there, luckily for East.
Central Dolphins up 14-8 end of the first quarter, and you're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
We make Carbine simple by knocking down all the hurdles we can. We do what you expect, what's logical, or just plain right. For instance, the live market-driven prices we offer up front are the same everywhere you may choose to shop. Our prices are the same on the internet, by phone, or in the showroom. That's how it should be.
Experience car buying made simple at Bobby Rahal on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg.
To play at a championship level requires a level of discipline few ever achieve. You prepare, you focus, and make a commitment to excellence. That's Hoffman Ford, #1 in sales and in service. Because the customer is #1. Choose from over 400 vehicles in stock. Plus, we're your Roush Performance dealer. Bigger selection, better deals. Hoffman Ford.
Charlie, right behind us, recognize some of your guys back there.
Well, actually, that's the Central Dauphin East Fellowship of Christian Athletes. They got our back, Greg, making sure they're protecting us, making sure no fans get at us in the game if we,
Right there.
you know. So it's always good to have some support there, you know. And I know Pastor Mike, who runs that Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It's a nice presence on campus for the kids. It gives kids of faith a chance to, and kids, of all the kids in school, a chance to go and hang out, get some coffee once a week in the morning, and have a chance to express some time together and some Christian principles. So it's a nice thing to see that happening in these schools.
You always find kids to sit right behind us. I'm always impressed. Thank you.
I do that on purpose.
All right, Central Dauphin, Jim Gallagher passes along. They are 2 of 10 from the field, but perfect 7 of 7 from the line so far.
Well, it's nice to see the foul shots are paying off for the winning team, because that's something coaches emphasize. We got to get Eddie Cowan, East, I should say, has to get Eddie Cowan in the game, because he came out. Coach wanted to talk to him. He's got to get in a groove here to help his team.
Todd Pettigrew into the game. Now he's number 22 for East. Panthers turn it over, their 5th. Issa kicks it back out to Rivera. Going to come up with that one.
That was great defense. Like we talked about earlier, you got to get that angle. Too much interior passing there.
Yeah, Dickens gave it up to Pettigrew.
Well, you know, my best coach, one of the best coaches I ever had was Fletcher Aird at Fort Keene Military Academy. He's now coaching for 50 years. He said, don't ever turn a good shot into a bad pass. And there's Coach Bruce fighting for his team there. Felt like they deserved the foul call there.
Well, that was a big-time animated conversation. Big-time steal by Reggie Dudley. And Dudley's got 4, and that was a big bucket back down the other end.
Well, 2 steals in a row there for East, so they're definitely trying to step it up on the defensive end. And I think converting a 3-point play here, look for East maybe to step up a little bit of pressure to try to create some more turnovers, keep this momentum going.
Dudley looking for his 5th point, and he's leading the way for CD East. Cuts the lead to 3.
There's some full court pressure. A little bit of run and trap. CD not ready for it. Coach wants to call a timeout, smart timeout. Now that the coaches are allowed to call the timeouts from the bench, Greg, that saves the team in these situations a lot. I know we got our player, Huffman Ford player of the game coming, and I can't really think of a theme right now, but this definitely is a game that's going to have somebody that's going to need to step up to make the difference.
These are 2 physically big teams. I mean, you look at guys, and if you look at some of the CD East student section.
Well, there's some. I was talking to those guys before the game, and I told them, I said, man, I'm impressed with some of the face paint there, and I asked them if I could get some. I was in the bathroom there with them, and as they were putting it on, they wouldn't give it up, Greg.
I want to talk about, there's always great fans, and this is a great rivalry coming up. Our boys-girls doubleheader next Thursday. Redland at Cedar Cliff. They have the Red Sea for Redland, the Golden Corral for Cedar Cliff. Two of the great schools in terms of support. We're going to see them next Thursday.
Well, and as we scouted that gym out last week, wow, what a nice new facility Cedar Cliff has now. They got seating in the end zone, Greg, now. I was trying to figure out where we were going to sit when we were over there, and still don't know yet, but definitely a nice facility to have. It looks a lot bigger inside with the renovations.
Yeah. It's terrific, and we're looking forward to that game. Another doubleheader coming up next Thursday here on ABC 27. First time anybody's ever done all live high school basketball in Mid-Penn. We're glad you're with us this year. We've got a full slate of all live games. Last year, if you were with us, we had mostly taped, some live, but this year we are all completely live here on ABC 27. The second half of our doubleheader tonight, Central Dauphin boys against the CD East boys, and the East boys, the host school in the white uniforms, trailing by 3 with a little bit of momentum here in the second quarter.
Yeah, these live games, Greg, and we talked about the 3 or 4 we did last year that were live, seem to have an extra buzz to them, and thanks to your recommendations and some of our fans and players, that all the games are live this year.
Central Dauphin gets the basketball back. Here's Ryan Beaver from the outside, doesn't get the roll. Rams got the ball back.
Well, Ryan can stroke it, and that's why they're giving him a shot out there. Maybe they could capture his ability to shoot that shot. He's not afraid to take that shot. And if he gets going, that could help CD get a lift here.
A little physical action underneath there, and John Rivera and Tony McCraw battling for the basketball. The possession arrow goes back to the Rams. 14-11, Rams basketball. They've got a 3-point lead.
CD's trying to get something every possession. They want to get a good shot every possession to demonstrate a little bit of patience. Moving that basketball.
Nice move underneath. Austin Mertz, his first 2.
Austin brings a quickness to the lineup. So I'm not surprised Coach Crozier going to him to add a little bit of penetration and quickness.
Pettigrew. Rebound comes away to Seafelder.
CD's just not getting as good as shots. They're not, they're not getting the opportunities. They're not being as patient for the opportunities to CD, and it's the difference in the game, the style of the game right now.
And looks like the Rams want a quick timeout. Take a break. Central Dauphin's up 16-11. You're watching high school basketball on ABC 27.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
Are color copies really 10 cents?
Yeah, 10 cents.
It's easy. Call Fortney Printing. They punch in the order, copies get made, quickly put in boxes. Fortney Printing delivers on time.
Wow! Only 10 cents.
Greg Mace, Charlie Fortney back with you here at Central Dauphin East High School. Reminder, you can log into advancedhoops.com. You can vote for the player of the game. And I don't know if we've really seen anybody emerge yet, but as we get toward the end of this game, you can log on to vote and for the girls' game and be a part of our broadcast.
Well, the Huffman Ford player of the game certainly comes from the fans. And who knows, maybe Butch Huffman's at home right now. He could vote for a player of the game as well. He's got a heck of a basketball background, playing at Penn State. But right now, Greg, it's hard to tell. You can't really make a prediction. But I do like early on how John Schnars has held serve inside for Devin Thomas. I know he definitely has the leading scorer right now for his team, but he's doing more than that. He's just putting bodies on people inside, Dickens and Scott, to hold serve inside.
There's Eddie Cowan.
Well, and Coach Leib's going in here with C.J. Hinson, number 50. He's a junior. Coach Leib would like to see him develop. He's a young man that has some potential and definitely has some height that he doesn't have in any of the other players on the team right now. He goes about 6'4", and there he goes finishing a shot right there. Look for him to play a little more tonight if he can keep playing like that.
His first 2, and it cuts the lead to 5. Artie Rao is number 33 now into the game. Big physical presence at the post. It's a good battle at the post there.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed here with Coach Crozier. I mean, he's going deep into the bench here. He's, you know, he's up to playing 9, 10 guys here, which a lot of confidence in his team right now.
They've got a 5-point advantage midway through the second quarter.
With Coach Leib going with CJ, Coach, I think, wanted to give Artie Rao a chance to match that substitution, and it's going to be interesting to see which one of these guys wins that battle.
Seafeld lets it fly. Bo Wilson comes down with a rebound. Here comes East. Down 5 with a basketball. Nights in, hit it.
Well, that's 2 in a row there for C.J. Hinson. Look for Coach Crozier to maybe go back to some substitution, try to get some of these starters back in. There's Isaiah going to the Nick Laird already checking in at the table. He doesn't want to let this momentum slip or this lead slip, especially on the road here at East.
Seafeld didn't get the roll, got his own rebound momentarily, but it goes out and will go back to the Rams.
I guess that didn't sound right, Greg. It's hard to say on the road at East when you're in the same district. I guess that's...
yeah, but they are there, but they're right down the road.
Yeah, that's true. I'm wondering, I don't even know if they charter a bus for this game. They might just tell the kids, hey, just show up at the game and be there at a certain time.
Could probably walk. Pettigrew gets the rebound. His chance with a team with a chance to cut it to 1 or tie. Pettigrew in the paint. Rams get the rebound.
I thought we were going to feed the big guy again, CJ. He seemed to be 2 for 2 there. He was on a roll.
Beaver on low post. Issa lay it home. He's got 4. The lead back to 5 for the Rams. Now we got a whistle, foul away from the ball.
Okay.
Looks like they're gonna. Huh.
Against Nick Laird? Or was it a?
It's like might be a double technical.
Yeah. Well, something happened away from the ball.
And we'll find out here in a second.
But Laird now will go to the line and miss. Well, that was strange. And he does hit the second. That's their first miss from the free throw line. So 21-15, and now the Rams get the ball back off the technical.
Well, Crozier wants to end this half with the guys most of the guys here, other than Aaron Levine, he started the game with. Try to end on he wants to end with that not only that 6-point lead, but try to get another bucket out of it. Maybe interestingly enough, hold for a last shot right here. Well, that's not happening.
A running one-hander doesn't go. Lavia missed. East got the rebound. Cowan hung on to it. They go low to Cooper. It's still loose. East comes out of that mess with it. Approaching a minute left, first half.
Just the opposite of the girls' game here.
1 minute to go in the first half.
Whereas CD has the momentum going into halftime right now. Let's see how East ends this. They have a chance to maybe end on a good note here. And
Cowan missed, and it goes back to East.
Well, it looks like Cowan's in a new role this year, a little more of a scoring point guard or a scoring, and I don't know, if this is a role that he's relishing quite yet, because he's a dynamic setup guy, and sometimes it's hard when good point guards have to be relied on for scoring so much. Takes a little bit away from their game, but nonetheless, East needs it this year.
Boy, they are scrapping and battling for every basketball underneath. East has yet to hit from the three-point range. They're 0 of 6 right now.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what's at stake. You don't want to go to the local Friendship Center or see one of your buddies in the at Dick's Sporting Goods or the Giant or whatever. You don't want to, after this game and knowing you lost. So there's bragging rights in this rivalry here, at least until the next game.
Right. Issa.
Greg, I don't know if we pointed out, but CD has not won this in at least 10 tries. Coach Leib has had the upper hand here. CD came close last year twice, but East has had the upper hand in this one. If CD would win tonight, this would be the first time under Coach Crozier and Coach Leib that CD's won this.
Schweiger had a shot blocked. Rams come down with under a half-minute left. One shot, says Jay Crozier. Rivera, Issa. Coming up to 10 seconds. And we're going back the other way. And Issa commits the foul. So East has a chance here to cut this lead to 3 if they can pull off a three-pointer or 4.
Nice minutes for C.J. Hinson there. Came in, gave his team a lift there. Even drew the foul down at the other end there against Issa. That's what Coach Leib's looking for, more from his bench, and he got it from C.J. in this half.
Final shot coming up for East. Dudley in the paint. Threw it away in his.
Now 1.6 seconds to go. Every coach out there is pulling out their 1.6 second out of bounds play, which is a great chance to work on these shots with short amount of time. Okay.
Here it is, forcing it up, missed.
Those are never easy plays to diagram.
End of the half, CD with a 21-15 lead. Charlie and I are back with the Arlington Orthopedic halftime shootout. Coming up, you're watching high school basketball on ABC 27.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Fortney Construction is on the move, building additions, renovations, and Pella certified for window and door replacements with a quality of work that the customer can count on. Call today. Ask about solar and energy solutions, as well as our solar module installation. You can save money on electric, and the electric company will send you cash for the solar energy your panels generate.
Integrity, reliability, and experience is what Fortney Construction's all about. And it's a great name.
At Lou Panetti, Rogliano, and Hockenberry Family Dentistry, you will receive patient care with a smile. along with comprehensive dental treatment and technologically advanced equipment to meet all your family needs.
I think what you'll find here, if you look around the office, is a very, very comfortable atmosphere.
The quality of care that the doctors give to our patients is absolutely phenomenal.
Our service provides a gentle approach from doctors who care.
Turner Kia in Harrisburg has your family covered. Need room to transport the kids? Check out the all-new Kia Sorento or Sedona van. The reliable and affordable Kia Soul and Forte are perfect for college students. And Turner Kia has an incredible selection of certified used vehicles for drivers of all ages. All new and certified used Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with Turner's exclusive TLC, you know you'll be taken care of. As Owlbird says, Turner is the smart choice for your next vehicle. Turner Kia, Chambers Hill Road, Harrisburg.
Ryan and Todd from Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's largest volume and only Ford dealer. What does Hoffman Ford mean to you? Respect, outstanding customer service, honest communication, superior sales and service staff. Did you know that we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Check us out at hoffmanford.com. Check out our new and used inventory, look for service specials, make appointments, get a quote, and even apply for credit. That's right, just another reason why Hoffman Ford is Harrisburg's most powerful name in Fords.
Greg Mason with Charlie Forty, Central Dauphin with a 21-15 halftime lead. Charlie, before we get to the Arlington Orthopedic Shootout, it's been an interesting game, a very physical game by both teams.
Oh, absolutely, and I think Nick Schnars is standing out to me right now, somebody that's holding serve for CD as they're winning right now. I mean, Devin Thomas, when you take his double-figure rebounds and double-figure points out of the equation, for CD to be up right now, that's a win for CD. It's going to be interesting to see how East responds in the second half.
Yeah, certainly East has dominated this series as of late, but Central Dauphin's playing very well this season.
Oh, absolutely, and I look for this team to keep getting better, especially with the big guy coming back on Friday night for sure.
All right, our Arlington Orthopedic halftime shootout coming up. Stay with us. High school basketball continues here on ABC 27.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
Hemp Brothers Incorporated is family-owned and operated since 1925 and has been working together to provide excellent service for both large and small businesses or individuals. Hemp Brothers Incorporated is committed to producing high-quality products and providing excellent service and efficient project management. Concrete, asphalt, crushed stone, and sand are ready to order. Call us at 737-3411 or visit us on the web at hempbrothers.com.
Get ready to start popping. Get ready to start popping with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza. It's your favorite Pizza Hut pizza surrounded by 28 tasty cheese-filled bites. You won't be able to stop pulling them, dipping them, and popping them. And right now, a Cheesy Bites pizza with your favorite topping is just $11.99. Plus, add a 2-liter Pepsi and an order of breadsticks for just $5 more. The Cheesy Bites pizza deal won't last long, only $11.99 and only at your Pizza Hut.
We make car buying simple by knocking down all the hurdles we can. We do what you expect, what's logical, or just plain right. For instance, the live market-driven prices we offer up front are the same everywhere you may choose to shop. Our prices are the same on the internet, by phone, or in the showroom. That's how it should be.
Experience car buying made simple at Bobby Ray Hall on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg.
All right, we're back live here on ABC 27, our Arlington Orthopedic Shootout. Dr. Tim Ackerman from Arlington Orthopedics is joining us. Charlie has the shooters. Now, this is an NBA three-pointer, right? Is that what we're going to make them do or not?
Actually, we're going to stay with the college three-point shot here. Right. But these cheerleaders are going to show us that they can make shots too and not just cheer for the team. And our first shooter shooting with the Arlington Orthopedics jersey is CD East, Bria Mosley. Give it up for Bria.
All right, Bria, your shot. Oh, close.
Now, any girl that makes a shot will get a $50 gift card from Fulton Bank, so that puts a little pressure on. The next shooter wearing select physical therapy from Central Dauphin is Mara Kranzel. Oh, man, Mara.
That's the closest we've gotten this year.
Wow, yes. Penn National Insurance, we're going to have Stephanie Bernardo shoot.
Oh, they're getting closer.
A lot better than the CV football players 2 weeks ago. On behalf of Huffman Ford is Central Dauphin cheerleader Erica Signor.
Rounding out.
I'll tell you what, they're pretty impressive right now. Pizza Hut is being represented by CD East cheerleader Jamie Lynn Servicek.
Oh, okay. All right, one more.
Okay. Shooting on behalf of Advanced Hoops is Central Dauphin cheerleader Megan Schneider. I got a little extra something here, Megan, if you make this shot, all right? Okay. All right, all girls, come on over here because we have a Pizza Hut pizza for you to share in the lobby. You can share it with your other cheerleader friends. Also, a Faulkner 5 card, and you get a free High School Basketball Live t-shirt.
All right, dig in. Pizza Hut, thanks a lot. All right, congratulations. Good job. All right, we're with Dr. Timothy Ackerman from Arlington Orthopedics with our Arlington Orthopedics Up Close and Personal. I think everybody's had a little shoulder pain once in their life. Certainly at Arlington Orthopedics, that's something you guys talk a lot about.
Yes, it is. We see quite a few patients with shoulder pain. It's a very common problem today's day and age, athletes and all patients.
All right, Charlie talked to you about this, so here's Dr. Ackerman with Charlie Fortney and our Arlington Orthopedics Up Close and Personal.
Welcome. You've tuned in to another edition of Up Close and Personal with Arlington Orthopedic. I'll be talking with Dr. Tim Ackerman today on shoulder injuries and their complexity. Well, being a sports doctor with the Eagles probably had some advantages, but you were fortunate enough to have your fellowship during the year they made it to the Super Bowl. What was the biggest highlight?
Altogether, it was a fantastic year with traveling with the team, working with the team, working with that caliber of athlete. And it culminated throughout the year, towards the end of the season, getting those wins, and then making it to the playoffs. And we had home field advantage, so and even went to the Super Bowl, like you said.
Today we're talking about shoulder injuries. What have the doctors at Arlington found with shoulder injuries? What's the most common ones here?
They range depending on age, activity level, and sports. In sports, in the younger population, a lot of dislocations, labral tears. Labrum is the cartilage that surrounds the inside of the joint that gives it an extra layer of protection from dislocating and sliding out. It's sort of like a chalk block in the shoulder that prevents it from coming out of place.
At what point do you decide to do surgery? Is there a criteria you follow on making this decision?
That's a very good question, and that's a very hot topic in today's shoulder world. After a first dislocation, your chance of redislocation is approximately 80%. Younger patients, it's higher. As you get into patients in a higher age group, that becomes lower, and that's where it averages out. So every athlete, every situation is weighed differently. There's always a discussion taking place with the athlete, with the parents, on the risks and benefits. And it's a very hot topic on whether or not to fix those patients surgically and tighten them up right away, or do appropriate rehab and hope that they don't dislocate again.
Do the doctors at Arlington find that the non-athlete is coming in with these shoulder injuries, or is this just a sports type injury?
Very good question. With the labral tears and with the dislocations and the instabilities and labral tears in throwing athletes, overhead throwing athletes, pitchers, things like that, and the dislocations that occur, those are more in the younger athletic population. Once you get out of the athletic population into non-athletes, Then you start getting into more of a rotator cuff tear, more of a problems with that. Even though those can occur in athletes, they're much more common as you get into the 40s, 50s, and 60s, then it's a wear and tear issue.
What's your recommendation on the kind of exercises or things that we can do to possibly prevent these shoulder injuries?
A lot of times the focus is on your deltoids and your biceps and your triceps, and you forget about the inner muscles, the rotator cuff muscles.
To catch the full interview of Dr. Ackerman on shoulders and their complexity, go to advancedtubes.com.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
Look at our first half statistics. Central Dauphin 4 of 18 from the field, 6 of 16 for the Panthers. But there's a difference in the free throws. Central Dauphin 10 of 13 from the line, 3 of 5 for the Panthers.
Absolutely, and turnovers are pretty much even. Rebounds are close to the same. So yeah, that free throws. The little kids at home, if you're watching, practice your foul shots.
Made a difference so far. First shot of this half goes to Tony McCraw.
Well, one of the reasons why CD had more opportunities, they were taking it to the basket and getting angles, and East has come out doing the same thing, taking a page out of Central Dauphin's book.
And Tony McCraw will go to the line. And he gets one more. Rebound comes away to Nick Laird.
I would like to know Zaid Isa's vertical. I mean, he jumped up to rebound the basketball. I mean, he's probably only about 6'1", it looks like there.
Yeah.
6 foot, but he just jumped over the rim there to get the rebound.
Clearing the boards and back down the other end. He's got the points.
Jumped about 40 inches to hit that little short jump shot, too.
Well, how about that? One down, one end, then back down the other, and it cuts the lead to 23-15. From way outside, he gets the rebound again off the miss. Central Dauphin opens up the 23-15 advantage. Nick Laird. Schnars, back to Laird. Rebound comes away to Dickens. Here come the Panthers. And Cowan drives and almost got it to go.
Well, and Eddie needs to do this for 2 full quarters to give East a chance. He's the most sure-handed ball handler they have, and he also has the ability to make foul shots and to make shots. So look for him to do more of this in the second half for East to get back in the game.
And Cowan's got his first point. Cuts the lead to 23-16. Rebound to Isa. A little pressure in the backcourt by East, trying to trap. Here come the Rams. Mertz to Schnars, doesn't go.
Well, interesting start for CD with Mertz and Seefeld in the backcourt together. That adds some real quickness to match the quickness of CD East. Interesting move by Coach Crozier to start those two guys together.
Schnars hits. He's got 5.
Well, and he's making them from the foul line tonight for sure.
And he's got a 6th. Cowan looking for some space.
Not getting much. CD's doing a good job of help side. You got to see Issa dropping in the lane, look help and a little bit of recover. They definitely know what Eddie Cowan's capable of doing now.
Dudley's big 3. He's got 8. Cuts the lead to 6.
Now,
some pressure.
He's applying some pressure there, but when you do that pressure, you don't have to be desperate. There's only 6 minutes into the third quarter, or 2 minutes into the third quarter, down 6. You don't need to bail them out with a foul. You just keep your position and let that work for you.
First 3 of the game for East. There's Lavia, short jumper. Got his own rebound.
There's a quarterback for you. This team's got a bunch of football players on it.
Yep.
You know, all sports athletes, Greg. I mean, all your championship teams have guys that are on the football field, on the baseball field. Coaches that encourage kids to specialize. And I do basketball full time, so I'm a guy that believes kids should be encouraged if they want to play more than one sport. Look at that nice shot from the corner.
And Lavia connects. He's got 3. Short jumper in the lane by Eddie Cowan.
Now you're exchanging a 3 for a 2 here. It's working a little bit better for CD at this point.
More pressure. CD gets the numbers, but they'll hold it up.
And that's smart. If you break that press, bring it back out and get a good shot. Make the teams that are pressing you play more defense. Put more pressure on it.
Schnars. And foul.
Again, fouling negates hustle. You want to move those feet, keep the hands in. Looks like East is trying to, they're being impatient on defense and they're trying to take the shortcut back here to getting in the game, and it's not going to happen. They're going to have to put the hard work in to do it one possession at a time.
Bruce Leib, coach of CD East, looking on. Issa.
Well, we see the athleticism there, man, the left hand, the jumping ability.
And they answer right back.
Now there's Eddie Cowan continually being aggressive. He's going to need somebody to step up to be a 1-2 punch for him.
Seefeld kicking it back out.
Coach Crozier likes the movement. He likes the motion. Wants his guys to move without the ball, make East play defense long enough, he's going to get some open shots. That was a forced shot by Ned. I know he wants to step up, provide that punch, make up for the 20 points they're missing a game here, so you got to let it come. Let that game come to you.
Cowan let it fly. Pettigrew got the rebound off balance and put it home.
Well, and it's a 5-point game. Just like that.
Rams have the 5-point advantage in the basketball. They led 21-15 at the half. Inside, Issa, and it's an offensive foul.
Oh, wow. Well, Steve Cover's been refereeing and doing this for a long time, so who am I to question a legend out there on the court in the stripes? But it did seem like that was one of those plays that you could probably let go. Maybe a little theatrics right there. Looked like Zaid had the angle on that shot, but again, I'm deferring to the legend on the baseline there. I hope he calls me tomorrow and thanks me for that one.
I would hope so. I've really enjoyed getting to work with a lot of these referees. We're coordinating our TV here. They're a lot of fun to talk to.
Well, I get a lot of them after the games asking how they can get a copy. They want to critique themselves. Now there's, okay. Nice rebound by CJ coming off the bench. Just couldn't get it to drop there.
It's Rivera up to Mertz. Lavia spins it back. CD patient as we approach 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Well, it would have been nice to keep Zaid on the floor, but with him getting his third foul there, Greg, Coach Crozier doesn't want to take a chance of not having him in the fourth quarter.
Just the 7th turnover of the game for Central Dauphin. But now East with a chance to cut into that lead even more. 5-point advantage for the Rams. Home team's got the basketball. Doesn't go, second one does. Dickens.
Nice agility by C.J. Hinson on the rebound putback. For a big guy to be able to maneuver around the basket like that is pretty impressive.
And another offensive foul.
It's ironic, in talking to Coach Live this week, C.J. Hinson was a name that we brought up, and he just, Coach Live's excited to see this young man progress because he knows it's going to help his team down the stretch if he can get a big guy going around the basket.
Panthers have outscored the Rams 12-9 in the quarter. They look to make it 14, a whistle, another offensive foul.
Well, they called one at the other end. It's being a little bit consistent there. There's some good sportsmanship by Schnars. Very good sportsmanship by John Schnars there. 24, looking at McGraw is just a little disappointed, I think, in the foul call. Not sure if he even saw John's hand there, but I know he's a nice young man, but he definitely is disappointed. He thought that he got, and he did get whacked there. I can see where he's frustrated.
Mertz. There's Laird all alone. First two for that Laird.
Well, and East has decided, hey, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down playing at our pace and our style, and we're going to be some gunslingers here, and it's working. It's working for him at this point, Greg.
Pettigrew has 5. The lead is down to 2.
Oh, this is Susquehanna-like, Greg. Susquehanna, I'm feeling the Susquehanna Hershey vibes here, baby. For the fans listening that don't know what we're talking about, they can log on to advancedhoops.com and watch that game. That was amazing at the end.
Lavia hits.
Well, CD's not going nowhere. They got some tough kids. And Lavia's used to quarterback and comeback, so.
Bucket to try to change some of the momentum that East has right now. Hinson missed. Rams come back, under a minute left in the quarter.
Well, I think Coach Live wanted something a little better there. Definitely getting some pressure at the guard again. CD wants to get a steal by Dickens.
Pettigrew comes away with it. One dish, nice toss, foul.
I get Pettigrew and Dickens mixed up, Greg. Those guys both have arms that are about the same size.
Watch again. A nice no-look pass. So Reggie Dudley will go to the line.
You know, Eris Scott has not been the factor that I thought he would be in this game.
He's got 3. Dudley is leading the way with 9 for East.
Yeah, Isa and Scott have 3. So it looks like these guys off the bench are doing a good job holding serve for both teams.
Final seconds of the third quarter. High school basketball live here on ABC 27. Greg Mace together with Charlie Fortney. And Dudley rolls another one in. He's got 10. So we continue our series of live high school broadcasts here on ABC 27. And we have had a lot of great games. We've only had one blowout so far this year with the Trinity boys. but every one of our games has been super competitive. But one. Seefeld under 10, and we got a whistle on a foul. Well, the Rams will get it back with a couple seconds left. End of the third quarter, one shot goes to Seefeld. We have played 3 quarters. Hang on to your seats, hats, whatever's floating around. CD 34, CD East 32, and High School Basketball Live continues on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
Here we go with the fourth quarter. 34-32, Panthers ball. They're down 2. Cooper in the paint. Pettigrew got his own rebound, maybe. Dudley put it back up. Stays with East. Cowan almost threw it right to the Rams, and boy, did East get a break there. Goes right back out. Stays with East.
Well, this style that East is playing right now, Greg, there's going to be mistakes. They just want to make more plays than the other team at this point. They're happy with this helter-skelter style. It's their best chance of winning this game and getting their players in a position to score.
Schnars out to Seefeld. Got it to roll, John Schnars.
Wow, and that's a nice soft touch by John. That's a big basket for CD.
He's got 9. Another big rebound.
Well, he's one of my candidates for the Huffman Ford Player of the Game, and he just added to his possible case right there. That was a separating three-point shot. Went from 2 to up 5 now in the fourth quarter.
Side Issa. Rams looking to open up a little ground here. They're up 5. Less than a minute gone by, fourth quarter. A little backcourt pressure. Rams break it. And Nick Seefeld. Get it out to Artie Rao. They'll go down low. Rao lost the basketball. East breaks. Dudley. Wow, that's as close as you can get without getting it. Here's Seefeld. 2-on-3, make it 3-on-3, and Seefeld connects. End to end now. Rams up 7.
Yeah, they're opening it up a little here.
In the lane, nice bucket by Dudley. He's got 12.
CD got the ball in the right hands right now. Nick Seefeld's the most sure-handed guy. Smart move bringing it back out by Schnarrs. I know he wanted to take that, but that's the best decision at that point. You want to make East work every possession on defense.
There's Laird. Up to Rao. Under 5.5 minutes left. Almost stolen away. Seefeld kept it. They'll go low. And a foul. Nice play by Issa.
I'll tell you what, I mean, Nick Seefield here, I'm not sure if we have a replay available here, but the entry pass was ideal. It wasn't too low. It wasn't a lob. It was a direct pass in to Zaid Issa. And that entry pass is not easy off the dribble.
39-34, Central Dauphin with a lead.
AAU spring basketball with Advanced Hoops. 21 teams last year, featuring the top boys basketball players from all over the region. Advanced Hoops AAU features 10 to 11 player rosters, guarantees playing time, all man-to-man style play, and every player gets professional skill training, along with top quality AAU tournaments. Advanced Hoops has helped over 25 high school athletes get scholarships over the last 2 years. Amazing results. I call this AAU with the follow-through.
Hank and Jim of Weaver Financial Services have been serving families and businesses in central Pennsylvania for the past 40 years. Life insurance, financial services, and products, call Hank or Jim. They're the nicest guys around.
A look at the Central Dauphin Rams bench. They have a 39-34 lead as we approach 5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, CD is answering the bell here. Every time East rings with a big play or cutting it to a two, they're getting a big play from Schnarrs or Seefeld or Issa, which hats off to CD. They're coming in this game. It's not too often, Greg, you lose 20 and 10 like they're losing from Devin Thomas not being here. They're showing a lot of maturity here, and they're showing why they this CD team has a real shot at winning the Mid-Penn this year. And I think this game is showing that they have more around Devin Thomas than maybe some people thought. I definitely see a lot of maturity here.
East has got 11. 41-34 East.
Now in the 1-3-1 now, trying to slow down East's penetration, make them think a little more. The danger here is you give up some open threes possibly, but East got to show they can make them as well.
They've already matched their point total with field goals in this second half as they did in the first. That doesn't go. Rams got the basketball, and a nice save that by Artie Rao.
Pretty mobile for a big guy, that Artie Rao, isn't he?
He's good. He's been tough.
Surprise coach still has Eric Scott out.
It's Laird and a jump ball, and it will stay with the Rams.
Got a big hand from the bench here, Artie Rao did.
Wait, there's been a lot of ball scrapping tonight. Rams got the rebound, and Issa go back to the line.
Oh, Zaid's leading them in scoring in a quiet way here tonight. He's just picking up the scrap points around the basket, providing along with Schnarrs, a low post presence.
And he has 12. And he has 13. And East has opened, now trailing 43-34 with the basketball. Still a lot of basketball to be played. Way outside, didn't go. And an offensive foul is called against Pettigrew.
I'm not so sure about that myself. Looked like he had some deep position, but you know, who's to question these guys? There's a three-man crew out there. There's a lot of money being paid for an extra ref out there.
Now here's a point where East does not want this game to slip away. They had it so close. Mertz.
Yeah, Coach Crozier smart bringing Mertz back in to bring a little extra point guard help there for Seefeld so they can finish this game out with the ball handlers on the court that they need. Also got some really good foul shooters out there with Nick Laird. Looks like this is their ball handling, foul shooting team.
16 of 19 from the line.
Wow. Now's the perfect time to keep that string going. If they do, it'll secure a victory.
Nick Laird has 3. And now his team up by 10.
This will, if CD goes on to win it, be the first time they've won this rival in a good, like I said, a good while. If our stats are correct, it would be 10 in 10 games.
East looking to not make that happen. 44-34, Panthers down by 10. They have the basketball. Cowan lost it, and it goes out, and East retains possession. Glad you're with us here tonight on ABC 27 on our Weather Channel. We've got lots of great sports programming now on our Weather Channel. Old Barn Hockey Show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We're talking Hershey Bears hockey, and if you like a schedule of all the games coming up, log on to advancedhoops.com and then click on the icon that says Live TV Basketball, and you can see the schedule the rest of the way. We're going to have the Mid-Penn Championship and some district championships as well. East lost the ball. Rams control. Who's got it? Oh, nice timeout. Good call. John Schnorr's on the ground. Rams take a timeout. Central Dauphin leads 44-34. You're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
To be sure, Faulkner Toyota on Paxton Street, across from the Harrisburg Mall, invites you to check out our extensive assortment of new and used vehicles. Consider the excitement of driving the RAV4 or the functionality of our top-rated Sienna minivan. Test drive the super fuel-efficient Prius Hybrid along with our Camrys, Corollas, Tacoma pickups, as well as a full selection of Scions. You'll find security, design, comfort, and a price that will fit your own lifestyle. Call or visit us at faulknertoyota.net.
Displays and Graphics, 5700 Lingelstown Road in Harrisburg, your one-stop shop, offering full-color banners, indoor and outdoor signage, banner stands, trade show displays, and plaques. Visit displaysandgraphicsinc.com. Exceeding expectations is our goal.
Well, East only has 2 points here in the fourth quarter, and Central Dauphin has a 10-point lead. Underneath, looking for 2. And a foul. Charlie, you just pointed out, we don't see Eris Scott on the bench. It looks like, did he get hurt?
You know, that's a question I have myself, because he's one of their main guys, and he has not been, I have not been able to find him for the last 10 minutes or so. I guess we'll get that report here shortly after the game.
Mertz will give it another shot. And the rebound comes down to McCraw. Outside, Pettigrew, big rebound. Boy, Schnorr's got way up in the air for that one.
He sure did, and he's been doing a lot of those little things for the team.
Mertz, and a foul is out front, called against, I believe, either Bo Wilson or Chris Swigert.
Well, Greg, I'll ask you: Are you ready to make your pick for Huffman Ford player of the game?
No,
you're not. Well, it could be decided here in the last couple minutes. I'm between Issa and Schnarrs because both of them have given CD that inside presence that they need. John's done a lot of things that aren't in the box score, just battling Dickens and Scott and Hinson and these guys. Issa's done a lot of, he's got some leading score right now at 13 points. Let's see how it plays out here, I guess.
I do like the way Issa's played. I mean, I love watching him play football, but he's done a great job tonight. Done a lot of little things, driving the lane.
He has, and the thing that stands out to me though right now is when it was 34-32 and East had recaptured some momentum back. John Schnarrs not only just got another rebound and hit his teammate for a nice pass, but he hit a big three that separated the game from 37-32. And when you look at most valuable player, you got to think of some of the most valuable plays out there on the court as well. John just got a big rebound. And there's Issa.
There he is again.
Is there any way to do a code?
Oh, we could. You know, my leaning right now, if we're setting up the interviews, would be to talk to Issa and Schnarrs both with Jake Crozier.
Well, and fans at home can go to advancedhoops.com. They can vote for their player of the game. In fact, we encourage it. We love when you agree with us, but we don't mind when you disagree with us. So there's also some tremendous interviews on advancedhoops.com with the doctors from Arlington on knee injuries, on shoulder injuries, concussions in sports with Dr. Cordes, Dr. Tim Ackermans. Following the broadcast, we'll have a quick clip of his interview again after we had it at halftime. We'll have it after the broadcast on shoulder injuries. These are amazing interviews on educating players and parents on sports injuries and injuries in general.
Running one-hander by McCraw. And now East will take a quick timeout to talk it over. Well, they've cut the lead to 45-36 with 2:16 left. A reminder, our next game is coming up next week. Be over at Cedar Cliff for a boys-girls doubleheader. We're going to start the girls game at 6 o'clock and the boys game at 8 o'clock. So it's always a great atmosphere over there. And you talked about the renovations to the gym. I mean, I love going over there and watching that rivalry, whether it's football or basketball. But you get both student sections out. Talked about it for the Golden Corral of Cedar Cliff and the Red Sea of Redland. And they try to one-up each other. And it's just a great atmosphere. So you'll see it live next Thursday here on ABC 27.3.
Well, and you're going to see a tremendous battle. You got the two 6'8", 6'10" kids. Steve Zatkins and Gary from Redland, and then experienced guards and Antonelli and Diller and those guys. And then you got Cedar Cliff, guys like Logan Stump, one of the best up-and-coming juniors in the area, and Christo and Noel and those athletic players over at Cedar Cliff and Kelly and these guys. That's going to be a battle. And I think the biggest concern Cedar Cliff and Redland have is there going to be enough room to fit the fans in? But that's why we're putting it on TV.
Exactly. Redland is 8-1, Cedar Cliff 7-2. Both having great years in Mid-Penn Keystone. Well, East was down by 4 with 5:12 left. Now they're down 9 with 2:15. And the Rams break out. Loose basketball. Oh, almost what a save that was by Schnarrs. No, he didn't get it. I really thought he had that.
Wow, I tell you what.
That was really impressive.
You can tell these guys are football players. I mean, some of the athletic plays that these guys are making has been amazing.
We're trying to keep 2 feet in bounds off the reception. A little trap in the back, letting them play. Schnarrs got the hoop. That's bucket by Schnarrs. He's got 11.
Well, that's a good no call, and Schnarrs might have got a little hurt on that, but, you know, I like your idea going with Schnarrs and Zaid Issa. Well, you know what? As good as Devin Thomas has been playing this year, Greg, it takes 2 players to replace him. And so how appropriate to have the players of the game be Zaid, Issa, and John Schnars.
We'll go back to the line, and Bruce Leib is not happy with the call.
Well, Coach Leib, you know, they're district champions under him. They're mid-pen champions under him. He's done a tremendous job for the program, and he's not going to go down with the fight no matter what deck of cards he has out on the table this year, because he wants these kids to keep improving every game, every single game, because he knows that there's a lot of these players they're going to be pioneering next year's effort.
Issa's got 16. East from three-point land, 2 of 21, another telling stat. Coming up on a minute. Glad you're with us tonight here. One of our boys-girls doubleheader. We've got more doubleheaders coming up, and then we've got district championships and the Mid-Penn Championship as well. As we said, if you log on to advancedhoops.com, click on the icon that says live TV games, you can check out a complete list of our schedule. It's 8 points for Seafeld.
Tell you what, there's some great games coming up on that schedule, Greg. Redland, Cedar Cliff, you know, Steel High Harrisburg is always a matchup, but just a rivalry in general. And Steel High's been more competitive lately. You actually have later in the season, you got Redland coming to CD. You're going to see the big guys and Thomas and Zingari and Zach. A lot of future Division I players. They're going to be going at it. So it's just going to be a great season. You got Hershey, Redland as well. East Pennsboro, McDevitt. Boy, what a matchup that's shaping up to be with East Pennsboro and McDevitt having great first halves, getting off to great starts this year.
And we've said this before, you know, I don't know directly how aware these guys are of the television cameras here, but I think, you know, leading up to this, they knew it was going to be on TV, and I think sometimes that accounts for the closeness of games. We expected this to be close. Some games you expect perhaps not to be as close, and they wind up being closer because they're TV games. And I think these kids have all played up to their great potential every time they get on TV. So it's fun for them.
Yeah, and despite East being down 15 here, they're at half court, they're huddled up. Players are trying to make something of the last minute and 6. They're not giving up, you know. A nice crowd here tonight overall.
There's a technical foul there against CD East, so Seafeld's going to go back to the line again. Well, no, Seafeld hits here, he'll have 10. Great scoring from their 3 big guys. Oh, got the roll there, and he does.
No, Nick doesn't miss too many. I mean, very good foul shooter. In fact, the team, you know, they cooled off a little bit, but 23 for 33 is not bad. Just having that many opportunities shows an aggressiveness and a good decision-making on offense.
Jim, you've been busy keeping track of free throws tonight. Jeez, wow.
You got to give Jim the headset every now and then here just to comment. This guy played college basketball before. He's got a little bring to the table here, Greg.
Doing a great job of our statistics here this year. And the Rams are going to call a timeout. 50 seconds left in the game. A reminder coming up, we'll have more with our up close and personal from Arlington Orthopedics. Hear more from Tim Ackerman. And I will be talking to Jake Crozier, and we'll talk with John Schnars and Zaid Issa, our players of the game. And then Charlie, don't socialize too much because you got to come back out and talk to me one more time. There you go. So under a minute left. East has only come up with 4 points in this quarter, and after what was a very competitive game, Rams starting to pull away. Under a minute left. And it looks like East is just going to back off and not foul here anymore. At least that's our impression here with 40 seconds left. Ball's loose, and it's called for traveling. Reminder, we got highlights of this game and all the sports coming up on ABC 27 News tonight at 11 o'clock. Josh Reed back from Tampa and the Outback Bowl, and he'll bring you that along with Alicia, Al, and Eric. So join us tonight at 11 on ABC 27 News. Under 20 seconds left. And they will just run it out. And Central Dauphin, for the first time in a long time, have beaten the East High Panthers. 52-36 our final. Charlie and I will be back after this. You're watching High School Basketball Live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
To be sure, Faulkner Toyota on Paxton Street across from the Harrisburg Mall invites you to check out our extensive assortment of new and used vehicles. Consider the excitement of driving the RAV4 or the functionality of our top-rated Sienna minivan. Test drive the super fuel-efficient Prius hybrid along with our Camrys, Corollas, Tacoma pickups, as well as a full selection of Scions. You'll find security, design, comfort, and a price that will fit your own lifestyle. Call or visit us at faulknertoyota.net.
What game will you bring? Your B game or C? Tomorrow's performance depends on today's recovery, rebuild, recharge, reclaim your A game, regen, intelligent recovery.
All right, back live with a victorious Central Dauphin team. Coach Jay Crozer, Zaid Issa, and John Schnars. Coach, first of all, your kids played very hard tonight in a very physical game. You played very well tonight.
Yeah, very proud of them. They're tough night for us to come out here, but these guys stepped up. Both John and Zaid, double-digit rebounding guys, but I got to give credit to the kids. They compete and they play hard.
Talk about beating them for the first time in a long time.
Oh, it's the first time since I've been here. I think it's 8 straight times at least that we've lost. But again, tonight we turned something around. So
good. Zaid, I'll talk a little bit about the game and from your perspective. This was a very physical game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We knew they were going to be tough coming in. East is always tough, and they always get up to play us. So we got to match it we got to match the intensity, out rebound them, out hustle them, get the hustle points on them, and we won. So,
John, what does it mean to beat these guys for the first time in a long time?
It means a lot. All throughout practice, we were saying 0-8, because we've been that the last 8 times we played them. And is that good team effort?
Jay, you guys are off to a great start. This is a very interesting year in Mid-Penn Commonwealth. You guys have stepped up. It's going to be very competitive. McDevitt's playing very well. You never know about everybody else.
Well, I think everybody's improved from last year with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 teams. So Chambersburg's a tough night in and night out in this league. Tough night in and night out. So,
guys, congratulations. Thanks a lot. Central Dauphin a winner. Charlie and I back with a final word after this.
All right, thanks.
Hello, can I help you? Oh, no need to worry, Mrs. Smith. My grandfather is Russ Failer himself and has been in business for over 30 years. At Russ's Auto and Trailer Sales, we have it all. We specialize in selling a complete line of trailers, a variety of used cars and campers. Our service department can do it all. And we even have a nice guy named Justin who answers the phone. And what do we tell him, Maddie?
Nobody fusses at Russ's.
Turner Kia in Harrisburg has your family covered. Need room to transport the kids? Check out the all-new Kia Sorento or Sedona van. The reliable and affordable Kia Soul and Forte are perfect for college students. And Turner Kia has an incredible selection of certified used vehicles for drivers of all ages. All new and certified used Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with Turner's exclusive TLC, you know you'll be taken care of. As Albert says, Turner is the smart choice for your next vehicle. Turner Kia, Chambers Hill Road, Harrisburg.
All right, Charlie Fortney and Greg Bass back with you. 52-36 is our final. You know, we talked about the fact that was a very, very competitive game and a very physical game tonight.
Absolutely, and I think the players of the game made the difference. Schnars, Issa, just filling in to provide a presence around the basket, just to neutralize Dickens, Era, Scott, Henson, and some of the guys from CD East. And CD, hats off, just had a great game tonight.
Oh, I asked these guys about this in the postgame. This is going to be a very interesting and competitive Mid-Penn Commonwealth. And I know we always say this, but to see teams like Central Dauphin and McDevitt now stepping up really is going to make this fun down the stretch.
Oh, absolutely. Central Dauphin definitely has a shooter's chance and a big guy's chance with the players that they have and the experience that this team has. A lot of people don't realize how much experience this CD team has. And also McDevitt. I mean, Aaron Devan, what an individual player, and the coaching of Coach Hoke, bringing those guys together. Just that's a team to watch as well.
You picked some good games here so far.
Well, the East Pennsboro McDevitt game is turning out to be a genius, and I'm glad those two organizations and schools deserve that opportunity, and I'm looking forward to the game.
All right, again, a reminder: our next game coming up is on Thursday night. A boys-girls doubleheader. We'll start at 6 o'clock from Cedar Cliff High School, Redland and Cedar Cliff, and you'll see it right here on ABC 27.3. Now for our entire Invicta Sports crew, led by Director Chad Edwards, our statistician Jim Gallagher, Charlie Fortney, Greg Mace. Good night from Central Dauphin East High School. Now stay tuned for more Up Close and Personal with Arlington Orthopedics.
Welcome. You've tuned in to another edition of Up Close and Personal with Arlington Orthopedic. I'll be talking with Dr. Tim Ackerman today on shoulder injuries and their complexity. Well, being a sports doctor with the Eagles probably had some advantages, but you were fortunate enough to have your fellowship during the year they made it to the Super Bowl. What was the biggest highlight?
Altogether, it was a fantastic year with traveling with the team, working with that caliber of athlete. And it culminated throughout the year, towards the end of the season, getting those wins and then making it to the playoffs. And we had home field advantage, and even went to the Super Bowl, like you said.
Today we're talking about shoulder injuries. What have the doctors at Arlington found with shoulder injuries? What's the most common ones here?
They range depending on age, activity level, and sports. In sports, in the younger population, a lot of dislocations, labral tears. Labrum is the cartilage that surrounds the inside of the joint that gives it an extra layer of protection from dislocating and sliding out. It's sort of like a chalk block in the shoulder that prevents it from coming out of place.
At what point do you decide to do surgery? Is there a criteria you follow on making this decision?
That's a very good question, and that's a very hot topic in today's shoulder world. After a first dislocation, your chance of redislocation is approximately 80%. Younger patients, it's higher. As you get into patients in a higher age group, that becomes lower, and that's where it averages out. So every athlete, every situation is weighed differently. There's always a discussion taking place with the athlete, with the parents, on the risks and benefits. And it's a very hot topic on whether or not to fix those patients surgically and tighten them up right away, or do appropriate rehab and hope that they don't dislocate again.
Do the doctors at Arlington find that the non-athlete is coming in with these shoulder injuries, or is this just a sports type injury?
Very good question. With the labral tears and with the dislocations and the instabilities and labral tears in throwing athletes, overhead throwing athletes, pitchers, things like that, and the dislocations that occur, those are more in the younger athletic population. Once you get out of the athletic population into non-athletes, then you start getting into more of a rotator cuff tear, more of a problems with that. Even though those can occur in athletes, they're much more common as you get into the 40s, 50s, and 60s, then it's a wear and tear issue.
What's your recommendation on the kind of exercises or things that we can do to possibly prevent these shoulder injuries?
A lot of times the focus is on your deltoids and your biceps and your triceps, and you forget about the inner muscles, the rotator cuff muscle.
To catch the full interview of Dr. Ackerman on shoulders and their complexity, go to advancedtubes.com.